Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kat, and we are on literally day 6. We have one day left after this, and we have done an entire week of Pat McGrath. There have been some awesome looks, some not so awesome looks, and everything in between, but it has been so much fun doing this. I hope you guys have been enjoying this as much as I have. It's just been really cool to just try and create as many random looks as I can. So I've been having a blast, and this idea, if you are new here, is not my own. This came from Michelle's Everyday Glamour. She's done an entire week just of Colourpop, and so in the description I have her channel as well as the first day of her Colourpop week linked, so you guys can go check her out as well. But for today, I have the last two 10-pan palettes sitting in front of me. One of them is the Divine Rose 1 palette, which is probably the most neutral, if we could say boring, of Pat McGrath, the most boring of the palettes that I own. And the other one is the blue palette. And I want the blue palette so badly. And I like how I'm gesturing as if I know where they are. I have no clue because I have just been constantly mixing all of them up throughout the week, and so I have no idea where anything is right now. So we're just gonna find out together which one I'm gonna get. And I know I've been saying the blue palette all week, but it's the Mothership 1, so it's the first one of the Mothership series that she came out with, and it is the Subliminal palette. Not to be confused with the Sublime, which is what we used, I think, yesterday. I think so, with the green. So one or the other, I'm gonna shuffle them up some more, just as if I have any idea what's going on here, but I'm gonna talk for a couple more seconds and really confuse myself. Okay, right or left, guys? I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna go with the right and hope that did not lead me astray. Really? So it looks like, as I suspected, the blue palette will be waiting until the last day. And instead, we're gonna be looking at the Divine Rose, which is this guy. And it is as neutral as we can get. So that's super fun. I am gonna use every single one of these 4 shades to attempt to get some color in this look. That's a bummer. Okay. We're gonna make this look great though. And as per usual, there are 2 matte in this palette, and all the rest are some form of metallic or shimmer or special formula shade. So we're gonna jump right into these swatches. All right, first one is this guy. Again, just a very nice champagne-y kind of metallic. Then we have the first of the 2 matte shades, which is this guy. And it's honestly like, it has a little bit of a purplish burnt rose undertone to it, but still kind of grayish brown. But I would say this is probably the most different out of the neutral matte shades that I have swatched thus far, because it does have a little bit of a cool tone gray underneath. And then we have this metallic shade, which is just a nice kind of coppery tinny brown. And then we're gonna get into the first 2 of the specialty shades, these guys right here. So the first one is a really nice goldish copper shade. Just as I'm looking at it, it's super duper gold, definitely more yellow toned, but in the camera it does look like it has a little bit of an orange tone to it. And then we have the second one, which is this guy. I am really good, so I swatch super hard when I swatch, so there's always clumps that are just falling away. But this one is kind of a pinkish, orangish purple iridescent shade. So very pretty shift that it has. Really like that one. That's probably gonna be what I end up throwing on my inner corner, maybe. We need to figure that out. Then for the bottom row, the first 3 shades, we've got the first, or the second of the 2 matte shades is this guy. It's a really nice chocolate brown. Then we have this metallic, a nice shade. That is, I would say, kind of, this guy is similar to the matte shade up top here, in that even though it is kind of a brown shade, it has a little bit of a burnt rose, purple mauvey undertone to it. And then the third is this guy, which has definitely more of a pinkish red undertone. We have the last 2 of these specialty shades, these guys. And this one right here is definitely a bit of a duochrome. So then is this guy. Has a really nice yellow to pink shift. Very pretty. And then we have this guy. Yeah. And just slipped right off. And that is definitely more of a topper shade. Very similar to this guy, but I would say just slightly darker and then a little bit more transparent. This is more opaque than this guy is. So this is all of them, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet. You know, editing me has hated this, attempting to edit through my thought process while I try and figure out what I'm gonna do. So that's been super duper fun. Just to paint a picture for you guys here real quick, it's literally like 10 minutes per video that I am deleting out just of me sitting there trying to figure this out on what colors to use. It's been a disaster. But let me grab my brushes, and I think for today, instead of talking my way through it, I'm just gonna grab a blending brush and we're just gonna jump into a matte shade and then see how things go. So I'm gonna start off with the lighter of the two matte shades, this guy up top here, and I'm just gonna apply that to my crease. And that is something with the Pat McGrath matte shades that I find very nice, is that they are very pigmented and pretty true to color for what you see in the pan. And so you don't have to do a ton of work, and you don't have to pick up very much product on your brush to get it to show up really nicely on your eye. And so it makes the job a little bit easier. So from the crease, I think I'm just gonna pull that down over the entire lid real quick. Just dab that on. And I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to have that orangish pink duochrome shade is going to be in the center. I'm probably going to grab, for the inner corner, the gold is going to be on the inner third. This will be in the middle, and then this guy is going to be on the outer edge. And so you're going to have these three kind of transitioning into each other. So that way we'll at least have yellows and pinks instead of just the neutral tones. Okay, we're gonna start with that gold shade first. And this time I'm actually not gonna attempt to cover up all of the matte shade that I just put down. I wanna kind of keep that as a light blend above it, just so that there's a little bit of a shadow. And then we'll go into the middle. To me in the mirror, it just looks like I'm applying just more gold. I mean, at least it's gonna blend out really nice. Okay. So then we're gonna do the outer corner next. We're just gonna grab this bottom middle shade. How am I seeing this much pink in the pan and it just looks gold? Like there's no, I am not getting any pink on my eye yet at all. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be going to the gym after this, and so I'm already wearing like my workout tights, and there's just crumbles of eyeshadow all over them. So I'm gonna be super sparkly at the gym. Okay, so next up we need to do the under eye. I definitely think adding that kind of mauvey pink to the outer corner is helping me to see a little bit of the pink in that duochrome. And I also like that it was a little bit darker, so I was able to smoke out the back half a little bit more. I think for the under eye portion, I'm gonna have on the inner corner this, and then I'm gonna blend it into this guy to then have it fade out to what we used on the outer corner. So it's going to be kind of 3 different shades on there as well. So we'll start with that lightest of the tones. Okay, and then for the inner corner, we're gonna use a combination of these two guys on the outside there. I think we'll start with the top one first, that kind of iridescent-y pink shade. Right, that's kind of taking away what we just put on the inner portion. That inner third, oh well. All right, and then we'll grab some of that shimmery shade, just put on top of it. So it's just adding a little bit of shimmer to that. Okay, so this is kind of where we're at so far, and I do like the duochrome. I think it's really pretty, but I kind of feel like in this palette, that duochrome and then these two on the outside are really the only fun shades. Everything else is just very neutral in this palette, and so it's not my favorite so far. But we're gonna go ahead and finish up real quick. I'm gonna tightline my waterline as I do, throw on some lip and mascara, and then we will finish up, and we're just gonna mentally prepare ourselves for the awesomeness that is going to be day 7. Because let me just give you guys a sneak preview. Yeah, did you see the little bit of red on this top guy? And then it goes to blue, and then to red, and to blue. And then you have this awesome blue shade down here. Oh my gosh, okay. That's what you guys have in store for tomorrow. So make sure you're sticking around for that. But 2 seconds, and then I'll be right back to finish this up. Okay, and we're back with the final look, and I gotta be honest, do you ever like have where already you're not a huge fan of a look, and then you go with like putting on the mascara and everything else, and you're like, now I'm even less of a fan because my mascara is super clumpy. But let me go ahead and come in close so you guys can see the final thing. I tightlined my waterline with a hot pink liner because I just needed more color. Like, this was not enough color for me. And so for that I was using the Illuminati Gel Paint Electric Pink Liner, which Illuminati is easily one of my favorite gel liner eyeliner companies. I have that in hot pink and hot blue and love those. Probably gonna use the hot blue tomorrow. Just throwing that one out there. But this look was not great. And so I'm kind of a little bit disappointed with that, but you win some, you lose some. Honestly, like when I got the Divine Rose, like I got it because of the duochrome and I thought it looked really, really pretty. And then when they came out with the Divine Rose 2, I was so mad that I got this because I was like, if I had just waited for them to come out with that one, it would have been so much better because I loved the shadows in that one so much more. There were so many more color options. It was just really pretty. And this one, I mean, the shades are pretty, but it's just, I'm becoming like less and less of a neutral gal as I try out more and more makeup because I really like bright colors. And so this guy for me is probably the least favorite out of all of the Pat McGrath palettes that I have, just because it is essentially just a neutral palette. And so I'm not a huge fan. But if you are someone that loves a good neutral palette, I would absolutely recommend it because the shadows are very good quality. They are very pretty. It's just not what I like. And so today was not great, but this means that tomorrow is gonna be so great. And I'm so excited for it. What a way to end is on the blue palette. So this was day 6. Give me a thumbs up if you guys liked it. Thumbs down if you did not. I've gotten 2 thumbs downs so far, and one of them I totally agreed with. The other one, it was just kind of like, I really liked that look, so I'm gonna disagree with that one. But I have a feeling anybody that kicks a thumbs down on this one towards me, totes agree, because not really a huge fan of how this one came out at all. And so just, I'm already just like mentally preparing myself for the awesomeness that's gonna be tomorrow. But comment down below what you guys think. If you like it, if you didn't like it, what you maybe would have done differently, how you would have spiced it up a little bit more. Let me know, I would love to hear it. And if you made it to the end of the video and you have not subscribed, I would suggest you subscribe, if anything, just so you get that notification for tomorrow so you can check out what the Subliminal palette looks like, because that guy, That's a good one. Yeah. On that note, you guys just have a good one.